While the world's attention has been focused on the heart of Christchurch, people living on the city's fringes are counting the cost too. The ABC's Conor Duffy filed this report from one of the hardest hit areas in the outlying suburbs.
I'm here with long-time resident Robin Judkins, who's lived in the beachside town of Sumner for 24 years. Robin, what sort of things have you noticed in the area around you?
Oh, the collapse of cliffs for a start, so burying cars in Sumner, which is where the suburb I live, right beside the sea here. And first of all is that, and then I was actually, when it happened, I was driving, I was just approaching Ferrymead Bridge, 10 metres away, when the bridge lifted up in front of me, and then the road just cracked in front of me, and I slewed over to the side. Everybody else pulled in behind, and then the rocks started to fall off all around us, and it was most extraordinary. I mean, I've seen snow avalanches, but it's the first time in my life I've ever seen massive rock falls everywhere. It's been devastating in this particular suburb.
And how are people coping?
Well, generally speaking, we got warmed up to this last year when we had the first big earthquake, which was 7.1, and we didn't get so badly hit then. So, you know, it's all relative, and you think, oh, you know, I survived this 7.1. You get hit with this 6.4 or whatever it was, but it's so close. The epicentre is just over here in Littleton, just over the hills, and it's been mind-boggling for everybody here.
And how are you personally coping? What's your situation at the moment? You look like you got some pretty serious damage here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be touch and go whether the house will survive, whether it'll have to be taken down or not. I had two chimneys fall out completely here, but the devastation inside the house has been quite dramatic, and particularly at the front. But the reason for that is that, bingo, I'm right on the fault line. The cracks run right through the centre of my house. They run across the road outside, and they run straight on out towards the cliffs at Sumner Beach, where all of those cliffs came down. You know, it's been and this is a direct line through to Littleton. I'm sitting right on it. So, you know, whether I'll be able to stay here or not, I don't know.
So this is the inside of your writing room, Robin?
Yeah, and this is where the earthquake struck first, and it hit right on this corner and smacked straight into my writing room and brought down the first chimney and then the second chimney in the lounge. And I mean, this is what every room in my house looked like when I came back and walked in the front door. I couldn't actually get from one side of my house and upstairs for 2 hours. It took 2 hours to make a pass so that I could happily go up and down again. I mean, this is amazing. This is at least a day to fix it? Nah. Just to get the rubbish out. It's mostly all rubbish now. When the earthquake struck, it struck right through the corner point of the southeast corner of my property, in a direct line from Littleton, and tore these cracks, tore the concrete pad apart, and the second aftershock widened it even further and then dropped this section here down. It also separated the pad from the garage, and it went straight through and on up and through the corner of my house, and then on and over onto the cliffs above Sumner Beach.
And how are the people here coping in the community? Do you think people will stay after 2 quakes in 6 months?
2 quakes in 6 months, hell. Everybody's really, really shocked. No one thought it would happen again, and they just... People, they can take so much, and then they just get brittle and irritable, and at the moment we've got no power, no sewer, no telephone. We have to walk down or drive down to collect water. We don't have any sewerage, so you've got to have... you dig a hole in the ground, or you keep it in a pan at home, and... you know, I haven't had anything hot to eat. I got 2 pies yesterday. I lucked out. There was a shop open. You drive through Christchurch, I was looking for water, and suddenly there was I see a guy walking out of a convenience store. You go, what? Scram on the brakes, inside 2 pies, straight away. That's it. Oh, 2 pies, yes, Australian pies even. Can you believe it? Australian pies! Good old CER.
Good on you.
Conor Duffy with that report.